Hello, and welcome back to another amazing episode of We Be Talking.
We be talking, what's the word? Everything you never heard. We be talking,
Now, y'all already know who we got on this panel. If you do not allow me to reintroduce myself, my name is Harvey. No, all jokes aside. We got Tamara.
Hey, Not in the middle of the introduction.
That's why I wanted to say
In the middle of the introduction of kids.
And stuff in the introduction. Okay, go ahead.
God.
We got Kim. We got Sheikah.
How y'all doing?
And as y'all heard at the beginning, my name is they. Now, y'all, before we get into this topic, y'all already know the rules of the congregation and how we run this here ministry. Please make sure that you like, share, and you subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you can be notified when your favorite ladies post another video.
Okay.
Now that we've gotten the church announcements out the way, we are going to go ahead and get started into this here talk. Ladies, I have a question for you. Okay. Is it preference or projection when guys have the conversation about what they like and then they seem to drag everybody, and by everybody I mean Black women, into the conversation? Thoughts?
For me, I think if you have a preference, that's your preference.
Right.
But my thing is, if you have a legit preference, then prefer that and leave everybody else alone.
Right.
Don't project onto somebody else because you have a personal issue with Black women. Because let's talk about Black women, because that's what we are. And we've seen in particular Black men say, they prefer to date outside of their race. That's fine and dandy. Date outside of your race, sir. But at the same time, don't be saying the reason why you do that is because Black women is this and that and that and that and that.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so my thing is, in my opinion, when you see a Black man, talking badly like that about a Black woman, they're usually beta males, because real alpha males, real Black men, real men don't have to talk about anybody in order to like what they like. If you like what you like, you like what you like, and that's it. Ain't nobody got nothing else to say about it.
Period.
So why you gotta pull somebody else now? Why you gotta talk dirt about Black women because you think we too strong, or we loud, or we this, or we that, and we give too much attitude or whatever? You can't handle it. You can't handle it, bruh.
Thank you.
The last time I checked, you a Black man, your mama Black, your daddy Black, your auntie Black, your sister Black, all these people in your family Black.
Absolutely.
So what is the issue that you're having with yourself?
Pretty much.
Well, thank you guys for watching. That
Jamaican came all the way out, didn't it?
No, because I can't stand that. Like, you can like who you like. If you want to date Spanish women, of course, date them. They're beautiful. They're kind of like Black women. If you want to date white women, of course, white women are beautiful too. All women are beautiful.
I don't know.
You have who you want to, but don't say the reason why you date Black women, other people, is because Black women did this and Black women.
Get on my nerves.
Can I say something? And you might take it out, or you can take it out. I don't care. I've been around the Spanish culture. Okay. I've been around them. Like, okay. You said they kind of like Black women. I was saying we're not alike.
Well, hold on. Let me clarify.
Explain.
When I say, I'm not talking about Mexicans. Mexicans are not the only Hispanics or whatever.
Okay. You talking about
When
Oh,
I say, I'm talking about Black,
Puerto Ricans?
because there's a lot of Black men that like Black women. Listen, there's a lot of Black men, and we can sit here and act like it's not true, but there's a lot of Black men that love them some Puerto Rican, some Brazilian, all these exotic type women. They're Hispanic.
Oh, no, you said they're kind of like. You said we were like them. I was trying to figure out how.
No.
Yes, I think we are. I think we are.
How?
Yes,
In what way? Explain to me how we like Spanish women. Explain. Maybe
just like this right here. this right here, they're very vocal.
Yeah.
They can be loud, like how we've been called loud and vocal and all that stuff. They're very colorful, just like we are. Because my thing is, in my opinion, Hispanic women, like it's like Puerto Rican and Dominican women, they black.
Yeah. I can see they black.
The thing is, this is the thing though. This is the problem I have.
Yeah, it doesn't
my
matter.
thing is, like who you like.
Like who you like, yeah.
Right.
But don't say the reason why you like them is because Black woman is loud and they ghetto and uneducated and all and too strong and this and that. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't when it comes to Black women. I feel like with some men, because even if you're not ghetto, oh, you're too bougie. If you're educated, oh, you think you all that. If you're independent, oh, this. But if you're not independent, oh, you're not. You know, it's like no matter what Black. And the thing is, everybody loves Black men.
Everybody.
Every nationality, every type of woman love Black men.
Talking about women, it's true because they all over them.
Listen, and nobody who like Black women, some Black men. We are at the bottom of the totem pole.
I think you know what? I think they do like Black women. They just don't like because of society and the way that things are, you know, portrayed about Black women. You know, I think they have to come up with a way, but secretly, I mean, they like Black women.
And I ain't talking about secretly. If you secretly like me and you can't say it, then
well,
that's
think about it. But this goes back to slavery. They was tearing them Black women up in the house. Okay,
right, but look though,
but it wasn't an outward thing. So I think this goes. So here's my thing. I get what you're saying. Like but I believe there's a secret fetish, and regardless of what you say secretly, I think they do like Black women.
They think that it's like we're fantasies. But my thing is, do you desire to be like a fantasy, or do you want to be revered as every other woman is?
Mary, this topic, we should have been hit this because you just fire.
I'm just saying.
Know what? But let me say,
if you're gonna like us secretly, that's the same to me as that's not okay. That's not a medal of honor or something. You know,
I don't think it's all men though. But this is another thing I'm gonna say. When I was little, I used to want to marry a white man. But go ahead, Abe. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Why?
How you gonna say that?
How she go?
Why did you want to marry a white man? Because you want to have to.
I had a little crush. His name was Cody. Hey, Cody.
Not hey Cody, if you out there.
There was another guy named Brent. His name was Brent Wood. All these little boys used to like me when I was in elementary school. Hey Brent, if you out there, hey boo. Brent. Cody, I liked him. Brent was my boyfriend. Okay. And we used to kiss. I don't know if you remember. He remembers. He used to tear me up by the tree. On the playground. That's what we spent our playground doing was kissing and talking to each other. Anyway, white guy, he used to wear the cowboy boots. He used to wear the boots. He was gonna be a Trump supporter, but I was gonna be. And if you're out there, so you know.
Oh my God!
And that's why I used to want to marry a white man. So no. But anyway, y'all go ahead now with y'all story because I just had to throw that out there in the midst of this steamy conversation. But I never put a Black guy down. I just
absolutely.
I thought my mom and them thought I was gonna marry outside of my race as well. But I mean, to me, it didn't matter. If I found someone that I loved me, it didn't matter what color they was. That's why I was. I didn't see.
That was me. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter to me, and I wouldn't make it matter to my kids. You know how some people they set on you better marry within your race. You better. Some people are like that, and good for them.
Yes, they do.
I want them to be happy with who they're with. I want them
whoever loves them the way they need to be loved.
Right. I don't want them to feel like they have to choose according to the color of somebody's skin.
I mean, don't get mad at Malachi. Bring home a white girl. You love her.
So let me tell you. Let's talk about growth.
Not the growth.
Because that was me, but that was me because of fear. Okay. I did not want my children to date outside their race. I did not want my children to bring a white woman home. I didn't want my children to bring a white woman home because of the simple fact of I know how I know the struggle.
How he's going to be treated.
Right. And so to me, that's just like putting my baby in the lion's mouth.
Okay.
And sitting here and they're like, but mom, I love this person. I'm like, right, babe, but how was their family? And do you realize what that's going to take? And if you have children, do you realize that what that's going to put on your children? And so a lot of that was my fear of Black and white relationships and, you know, the microaggressions and the just plain racism, to be completely honest with you. Yeah. And I did not want my children to have to endure that. Because I used to tell Chica all the time, better not bring no white woman to my doggone door. She's like, Ave, you can't sit up here and pick love for nobody. Watch me.
Me and they had these conversations.
I'm serious. But it was
and honestly, I get it. I understand, but at the same time, like Kim was saying, it's about who loves you.
Absolutely.
Because honestly, some of these Black men out here,
absolutely,
I want my children to run from.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I just say that because I see some of them, how they are, the way they are, you know, the things that they do, how they were raised, the mindset they have, and I'm just like, I would never want my daughter to bring anybody like you to the house.
But Sheikah, you made a good point. You said some of them, you don't lump all of them in the same category. Like you're saying, you don't put a whole race under the bus because of one incident that you have encountered. You know what I mean? Yes, I think there's a lot of times we as Black parents have experienced, like even at home, like my mama just like, she was like, you have don't do it. Even now, when my nieces and stuff, they have little boyfriends, or the first thing out of her mouth, what color is he? Why? I'm like, Mom, why does that matter? Wow. You know, it shouldn't matter if they're treating her right. If she like them, you know, if they doing everything they're supposed to be, it doesn't matter what the color is.
But you got to think about how old your mom.
How old,
right?
Right. Experience.
Yeah, that part.
I was gonna say that. And some people are so set in their ways that they're always gonna think what they're
always gonna believe that. Yeah.
And then that idea that the way they think will probably have to just die with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one thing you see though is like, these kids coming up, like my kids, like y'all kids or whatever,
they do not care.
They don't care.
No,
they love who they want to love.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying
my cousin getting ready to marry a white guy with red hair, and he is white.
Listen, and look, and I bet he love her and treat her right, and the same with her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you should look for, somebody who loves you and care for you. And my thing is, I bet you she's not saying, well, I don't love Black men.
Right. No, because she dated Black men. This is just, Black boys, they're young. But this is just, and this little guy been around forever. He said he always knew that this was gonna be his wife. He was her friend. He was her friend. And I remember telling her, I was like, you chasing all the wrong men. This dude right here is the one. She's like, no. And she was like, he's not Black. And that was her thing. She wanted, you know, her mind of what love looked like in her life. Yeah. But this guy loved her. And so, you know,
how do y'all feel? Like Sheikah's cousin dating a white man. How do y'all feel? Because I think that there's like a double standard when it comes to, sometimes as a Black woman, you may feel like, if you see a Black man dating a white woman, you'd be like, But when you see a Black woman dating a white man, you'd be like, okay, girl, all right.
Well, I don't understand it.
I don't think it.
But here's the thing with the Black man and the white woman. I think it goes back to projection again.
Yes.
The stigma around Black men wanting white women is back to that. Because how many women, here we go, how many Black women you see get on social media, on TV and be like, because Black men is this and Black men is that.
No, you don't see it.
You don't see it. So again, when you see a Black woman with a white man, it's not the same when it comes to a Black man with a white woman or another race, because you looking at him like, here he go. And why? Is it a thing?
That's a good point.
You get what I'm saying? I think I don't see Black women dogging Black men.
No.
So that's
what I'm saying. So it's different when you see them though. So when you see a Black woman dating a white man, you'd be like, okay. Like, you don't really get that feeling, but I
That's
understand
what
like
y'all
the
would have
protection.
said, because that's what
That's
everybody
the
would
world.
say. I gotta have me one.
But listen, on this panel, what we're doing, you got to know there are some that do that. There are some that do,
Yes.
not a lot.
But I haven't.
So,
You don't see it
not a
as
lot.
often.
You don't see it as often. But you're gonna have somebody jump on here and say that ain't true, because I know 2 of them popped in my head that have done it. And they're young, and they just dogged out the whole race of black men.
What they say?
Wow.
Well, they were
Somebody-
just basically saying like they thuggish, they don't want nothing, they want to live off you, they want to mooch off you. That's why they go outside their
That
race.
ain't all black
Gosh,
men.
Right? It's not all black men, but when you say you don't see it, there's some people out there that
Right.
do it and they think that that's okay too, and it's not, because not all black men are thuggish and don't want
Right.
nothing, you know. So
Like, they're
that goes back to
educated
the
and-
preference, what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's someone's preference of what you want to just say it's what you prefer. Don't drag a whole race of people.
Yeah.
That's that
Because
right
you
there.
prefer tall, dark, and handsome, or tall,
Yeah.
light, and handsome. Don't.
You know,
All I got to say, if anybody doing that, I don't want them no way, because you hate yourself, and you definitely gonna treat me like
That's it.
Yeah.
And how you
I-
feel about your mama?
I don't
How you feel
desire
about your
you, girl.
mother?
And your mama did a poor piss job, because she should have showed you how to treat
My
all women.
God.
not a piss poor, a poor piss. Your mama trash is what you just said.
All of it. Piss,
My
poor,
God.
piss, ripped. And I'm gonna tell you why she did that. Let me tell you why. Because I'm on my son right now, and I'm on him hard. When I see him disrespecting women, girls, I hate it. I
Yeah.
know that he's gonna go to school and do whatever he's gonna do, but he knows where I stand when it comes to women, the Hispanic women, the black women, the little red
Puerto
women,
Rican.
the Puerto Rican women's. I've been watching that Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
but any type of, you know what I mean? I hate it because you have sisters. So my thing is, how would you feel if a guy did your sister like this?
You're gonna be ready to fight.
And he love his
You wouldn't
sister.
like-
So I'm drilling it. He already
Yes.
know how I feel and what I train in him. This is how you treat women. If you don't like her, don't waste your time and don't do this to her. If you know,
Exactly.
this is not the boy I'm raising. Like, I go off on him always about how to treat women. I mean it. So like, I think it started at home. It's
Yeah,
still
It does.
It's still
really
that
does.
incident. Would you want somebody to treat your mom like that? Would you want
No.
somebody to treat your daddy? I mean, would you like your daddy to call me those names? How would you feel if your dad did me that way? Like, different things like that. And then he'd be like, Mom, it would crush me. He would be maybe ready to kill his daddy. All these things he said, all the things that he would, if his daddy ever called me out of my name, or different things like this. So I make sure I bring it home to him. I do not like when men disrespect women, and I think it comes home because I hate those women when you go tell them your son, well, he just a man. No, he's not just a man. He's not just a boy. So you telling me this is the standard for a boy, or standard for a man? So the little funky, little stinky, little not so good little man that we do got, I think it came from their mama, and I'm gonna just say that.
So
I agree.
And their dads too, not just their mamas. The fathers playing
Hold
a
up.
And
big role.
definitely the fathers, and I alleviate them. Okay, here we go, bash them in. Most of the time I alleviate them because they're absent, whether they're in the home or not. They're not as active in their children's lives.
Yes.
That's another
Yes.
thing. Maybe if we get our act together, we wouldn't get bashed so much, black men. But anyway, a lot of times they're not as present. And I'm not
Yes.
even saying like not in the home, but not
You
in
could
the
be
home.
in the home and still not be as
Yeah,
present.
I've seen
even if
them.
you're in the home, some
Yeah.
of the husbands are silenced.
Yeah.
By the wife
lazy.
or the
You say
one
silent,
of
I
the-
get lazy.
I seen it growing up, and and I love my parents. Hey, I hope y'all ain't seen this. But anyway,
Silence my I go get him making talk. You see what he done did? Say something.
Say something to him. I mean, I
I'll
don't know
tell you-
what you want me to say.
my
Don't.
mama was the warden in our house. My mama was the warden.
Mhm.
Daddy didn't, he didn't come up with it. If she said something, it went. When it came to us, when it came to how she raised us, how she steered us, he didn't. They to us, it looked like she ran it, right? but maybe to them it was a partnership because I'm gonna, instill in them. I don't know. Growing up as an adult now, she ran it. That's how I see it. That's how it was. Like she could say something, and there was no going to daddy and asking him. That wasn't happening. It ain't happening. Now maybe on the side he would probably talk to her, hey, you being a little bit hard on them, blah, blah, blah. But if she didn't like it, it wasn't happening. It wasn't going on. So I think a lot of times that's where they get the whole you too strong, you too this, you too that, because they don't want to ruffle no feathers in the house. My daddy is not confrontational at all unless he got to whoop something, unless he got to do something. He's not confrontational at all. So within that relationship, there was no confrontation. My mama ran this, and that. And I think a lot of women are like that. It causes men to be like, y'all too strong, y'all too this, y'all don't let the man lead, y'all don't let, and it's sad. It's sad because like you said, even sometimes they are in the home, but they're still absent because the voice is not heard, and I think we as a race of Black people, sometimes we struggle because in the Black home, you either don't see the father, it's only one parent, or if both parents are there, somebody is dominant and somebody is not, it's not a team, like what we try to talk about now, like we're supposed to be a team, raising these kids, it shouldn't be tit for tat, or I can tell mama and I can't tell daddy, it shouldn't be like that. I think a lot of that started from that when they stuck together and hey, I'm going out and making the money, you run the house. So I don't get to say anything to these kids. Some of them. And that's, I grew up in a house like my mama, she took care of everything. My daddy, when he worked, he got the money, brought the money home, he did whatever he had to do. So he didn't have the problem of making sure everything was good at home because she took care of that. And it made her look like a strong Black woman. And maybe sometimes it got out of hand.
Absolutely.
So I feel like a lot of times, a lot of families are in that situation where I got to be mama, so I'm gonna run everything, and it makes them feel. It makes them feel like they have.
Maybe that's where the hate comes from in the Black men. They see
That's what I'm saying.
how harsh their mama was, or whatever the case may be. So they like, I don't want that. I don't have nothing to do with no Black woman. You got to beat on me like this every time.
If you notice, a lot of kids say that my mama don't play that. My mama don't. They go straight to my mama is hard. My mama is rough. My mama don't play. But you never hear them say a lot of you don't hear a lot of them say my daddy is hard, my daddy is rough, my daddy put down.
So do y'all think it's safe to say that the projection comes from the way they were raised? Whether it's been the Black woman, the example of the Black woman abused them, the example of the Black woman wasn't there for them, the example of the Black woman was not a great example. You get what I'm saying? So now they grow up with this thought like, I don't want to have nothing to do with it because that wasn't nice to me. Right. So let me go to what I feel like would work.
Sometimes I believe.
I think so. I think so, but at the same time,
not every situation.
Because I feel like some Black women are forced to be too strong because the Black man that's in their corner or whatever is not stepping up or stepping into those shoes. Yep. So when you're raising kids and you're not stepping into those shoes, somebody got to do it, right?
I got to do
it. And one thing about a Black woman, she's not going to sit there and just let her kids just.
Well, I just think it's the devil. It's the enemy. That's who it is.
Of course.
Check this. I think when I was thinking about this topic and I was thinking about the whole projection or preference thing, what came to my mind when I thought about how, like we were talking about how the Black men, you see all these podcasts, you see all these videos of them saying, well, I don't like Black women because of this, and I don't like Black women because of that, but I like this. I don't necessarily think that it's because something happened in their rearing in their house to make them feel a certain way about Black women. Because as you stated, the mama Black, they don't ever say nothing about their mom. They auntie Black, they got sisters, they got cousins, they don't never say nothing about that. What I really think that a lot of it comes down to is they want in their mind, that's going to come across, and I'm not saying this is true, I'm just saying what I perceive that sometimes they maybe possibly might just sort of kind of be thinking.
Okay.
Just going to put that out there. Okay. But I think it's because there's this perception that white women are easier to control.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep.
Okay.
White women and
I
Asian
agree.
women.
Because, right, white women and Asian women, there's this perception that they are easier to control. They are easier to allow the man to be what he wants to be instead of holding him accountable to live up to what we would consider as a Black woman as acceptable for a man to be.
That's
That
true.
makes sense. You know what I mean?
I
So
agree.
to them, so to them, it's like, well, I can't come out in here and say, well, I want to date a white woman because, you know, I mean, they let you do whatever you want to do, and they let you say whatever you want to say, and I can come when I want to go, and I can do what I want to do. But Black women, they want, where you going? Where you coming back? Who you going with? How that happen? How you getting there? How you like? You acting like my mama. You acting like my mama.
Nagging, holding them accountable.
Right. And I think the level of accountability, as they know growing up in a Black household, is a whole lot more.
It's too much for them. Don't want it.
It's too much. It's almost like I done did this 18 years.
I just want to do me.
I just want to do me, boo. And I want to do something. I just want to enjoy the good life. You know, I don't want to fool, you know, and just take it easy. And so I'm going to go on this side. But they don't want to, they know that what I personally feel, they feel like there's a stigma in being on that side. So they have to bash the side that they came from to make it seem like this is the reason why
I'm
going
doing
to this side.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I just like this side, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to date white, date white. If you want to date Asian, date Asian. If you want to date Puerto Rican, date Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican in this hair. If you want to do that, then do it.
Do that.
But you know what I mean? But it's the insecurity of how they will be perceived by their people.
You want to know something? Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Finish because you like you was getting it. The insecurity perceived by their people.
People based on the past experiences that their parents, grandparents, slavery, all of that stuff. And so they don't want to be known as the, oh, you like that? So then it's like, okay, in order for it to be acceptable over here, let me bash them and say, well, I don't want to do this because of this, and because of that, and because of this, and because of that. So this is why I'm over here, and I'm going to hype this up, not realizing that they think that they're winning, but at the end of the day, there's the same thing is still going on as far as them being fetishized.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
So they want the Black man because it's a fetish. It's a what the Black man represents. Their race, and I hate to say this, but it happens across all races. Black people just vocalize it more. Black men just vocalize it more, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? Because white men will go out here and date all races of women, and they ain't on nobody podcast, and they ain't on nobody YouTube,
and nobody says
TikTok,
anything.
and they ain't on nobody Twitter bashing white women. They just go out and they live their best life and do what they're supposed to do. Absolutely. And so then if white women see that, well, why he leaving going out here? I want some of that. So then who are they going to go to get that? Oh, you the best thing since sliced bread. You better than this person, and you better than the Black woman, and you better than this, you better than
the Black man that's bashing the Black woman.
Exactly. So it's like this perpetuated, like toxic, kind of screwed up.
You know, and that's the problem. And that's the problem. And that's the problem. That's what I was getting to. So I go back again. I think it's the enemy that has brought this great divide.
Of course.
Outside of, okay, now let me go back, because our people gonna be on here where the Lord divided the speech in Babylon, and that's what they was trying to build a tower, and that's what we get the division. Okay, whatever. I'm not going that deep with you, but what I will say, okay, so don't come over here with that. But what I will say, I don't think it was ever supposed to be.
No.
Because let me explain. When cancer hits any race, does it discriminate? Oh, does it act different? Oh, cancer really act different when they get into Black woman, because it's the Black woman.
No, exactly. No.
You know, cancer, do cancer take its time, and it's very mild with the white woman because it's pure blood?
You're right. No,
definitely not.
Not at
what about
all.
AIDS? What about we see COVID has taken out a lot of people, and of course the Black and Hispanic race has suffered the most because of their health and their diet. Anyway, that's still a government issue, and we're not going there. So my whole thing is,
Be a
Like,
lack of resources.
oh, come on, and let's talk about this water in Flint. We can talk about that
Come on now. And
Honey.
that water in
and
Mississippi.
now Mississippi is going through it.
Yeah.
So
Mississippi.
we're gonna get on that another time.
Yeah.
But let me go back to say this. I just never think it was God's original plan for us to be divided.
Come on now,
Because
no.
we are one, it's the human race. Of
That's
course,
it.
there's this great divide. Of course, it's obvious. Of course, it's obvious of the colors. But when they stick that penis in that hole, do they have to
It don't-
turn it a
do they
certain
care?
way? Does
Do
it,
they
does it have
care?
to get, is it another type of hole that the penis goes into? Is the reproductive
Listen.
organ, when a baby is being born with the white woman, she
Come on.
doesn't have to push because her body automatically just,
Come on.
there's nothing no, my point is,
That's a
we
good
are
point.
the same.
We are the
That's a good point.
same.
All the same.
With my thing is, of course, culturally, there are some differences. I'm realizing it. But the Lord had to speak to me all the time. He said, Shika, these are my people.
Come on now.
I be
Talk
at the
to her,
Walmart.
boy.
Why?
I be at the Walmart. I be getting mad because they're so rude. And so there's a culture divide. You know what I mean? Where I don't understand their culture, they don't understand mine. But at the same time, God created these people.
Come on now.
So we all one.
Come on now.
That's all I'm saying. So if
I
they
agree with you.
That's a good
I'm
point.
his person. So my whole thing is it should not be
It shouldn't be.
it should not be the stigma or the projection that because I look back at it as you hate yourself. If you don't hate your own kind, your mama, somebody that represents your mom, regardless of how you feel they're strong or whatever the case may be, you there's something going on within you. That's something that started within you, and I don't want to have nothing to do with it. So that's why I go back to if there's because I've seen it. Like I said, my cousin, her soon-to-be husband, her family, my family, their family, they get along. It's not even if it's a secret thing, we haven't picked up on it yet. I mean, secretly, they don't like. But what I noticed when it comes to a lot of, and not that it's right, a lot of white women with black grandkids or whatever the case may be, they gonna accept them grandbabies. And you better not say nothing to them. And then they start looking to change laws and they want to get on our side and fix things because now
they have some black kids
compassion and they got blood over here and they wish you would mess with. I've seen it. But at the same time, like, there's no issues there. The family know her, they love her. Maybe it's just her that they love because of him, but
Probably.
you get what I'm saying? They are accepted. She'll have no issues,
And that's beautiful.
and it's a beautiful
That's
union.
how it should be.
When I say
Sometimes the issue ain't with the family.
Right.
he loves her stinking draws. So that's my thing.
There you go.
If I had a guy pursuing one of my girls that was a different race, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt that he loved her the way that I see this guy love my cousin, guess what? I'm gonna be all for it because I want somebody to love my baby. I don't want nobody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's my whole thing. Like this,
And that's why I thank the Lord.
It's true. There is a divide. It shouldn't be like that, but it is. And then what you mentioned, Ave, about like how some men think that other women are more supportive, easier. That's so true.
Yeah.
Because when I was on deployment and there was a guy, he's a black guy. And one day out of the blue, he just said, you know what, Porter? Me and you couldn't be together. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be with you now. First of all, he was married. And it was weird that he just came out randomly and said that. And I'm like, well, why would you say that? Like, where did that come from? He was like, here we are. We work at the same place. We in the Navy. We the same rank. We make the same amount of money. You do what you want to do. You come and go when you want to come. What you need me for? And I said, so you think the purpose of a man is to only provide money? But here's the thing. He's married. He was married to a Japanese local, like an Okinawan woman, right? So he goes, but then his wife was a stay-at-home mom. She stayed at home and raised the kids, and he's the only breadwinner. And he come and go as he please. He does what he want, whatever. There's no question. We'll come home and food's on the table, clothes is iron, house is clean, all of that. My thing is, if that's what you want, and then okay.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with a woman that works.
Exactly.
Or you know what I'm saying? Because if I work every day, the house may not be clean how you want it.
Because I'm gonna get to it.
And then if you want it clean a certain way, then maybe you can help clean it too.
Or hire somebody pudding pop.
Or hire someone to clean. You know what I'm saying? But he legit said that to me. He said, "What would you want me for?"
That's crazy.
And I said, well, if you feel like your only purpose is to work and make money, then you got some growing to do.
And maybe it's because of that. That's a whole nother category. The independent woman.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of women, like you said in the beginning, you darned if you do, you darned if you don't. It's hard for them to find a decent guy because they're so independent and they have their own and they're doing their thing. And now he feels less of. That's because, like you said in the beginning, he's debatable anyway. Like you that's who you are. You made yourself that way. You see yourself as
absolutely come on.
Value. Okay, when you go look up the word, you see yourself as less. You see yourself as stoppable. You see yourself as incapable. I ain't make you debatable. You made yourself.
Check this. Check this. Yo, this is totally. Check this now. Okay, when you're growing up as a, so I think this starts from, like you said, in the house from youth, right? So check this out. A girl, when she is born, she has a long list of things that she is quote unquote responsible for and supposed to be able to do as a woman. A woman cooks, a woman cleans, a woman takes care of her kids, a woman makes sure that her house is taken care of, a woman makes sure that her husband is taken care of, a woman makes sure that, you know, if she's working, nothing else falls. Like you do it all, honey. You are everything to everybody. And then
better do it too.
You take care of yourself. But the boy
take care of himself.
You take exactly. Yo, son, you make sure that you get out there and you make that money.
And it's acceptable because we say don't go in that door, don't go in that room.
Exactly. So you're already grooming.
Yes, it's true.
A young woman from birth to be independent.
Yes.
But you don't raise and groom the boy to grow into a man to be able to coexist with what you are raising the daughter to be.
Come on now.
You raise and grow, you raise the young man, the boy to become a man that his whole purpose is you are a provider. So
and he's so much more than that.
Thank you. All he knows is I got to provide. I got to provide. But there is nothing else that he can contribute outside of that. So if I'm sitting and I'm looking at my house and I'm seeing that the woman that I'm with is doing this whole barrage of list of things, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, I done satisfied mine. I'm providing. And she's like, yo, I need you to get up and help with the kids. I need you to get up and go do bath time. I need you to get up and do this because I got to take care of this. I need you to get up. Hold on.
But I done provided. What else you want?
Right. What you talking about? You doing the most. Where do you think you going, hun? Like, so Johnny got soccer practice and Tisha got gymnastics, and I can't be in both places at one time, so you need to check Johnny. This wasn't in the introduction when they get, my pamphlet said provide. I brought the money in. I brought the bacon. You fry it in the pan, and you need to feed it to the children. You need to wash the dishes after you did it. Make sure you put it in the refrigerator. Make sure the refrigerator is the right temperature so the bacon don't spoil, because I don't know when I'm gonna get another bacon to come in here. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that, I think, is why you end up with men that are incapable of being able to handle a woman that was raised from youth
to be
independent. So, you know, I think that it's just really important that we realize 3 key things, guys, that we got out of this. And if you didn't get it, then rewatch it again.
Until you get it.
Somebody else. Exactly. Until you get it. The first thing that we realize is a preference is your choice. A preference does not need a reason. It's just, I like this. I like chicken nuggets. I don't like fish sticks. Don't got to give you a reason. This is just what I like. Okay, I'm not dogging fish sticks. Second thing that we learned is we are all one human race. There is no you, I, me, us, them. I know y'all like to use pronouns, but we are all just one human race. Therefore, we all can love each other.
Yeah.
Not at the same time. No, that's a conversation. 3. And the last but most important thing is that, beloved, we are at the end of this show, but please make sure that you have liked, shared, and subscribed. But don't forget to leave us a comment below, because y'all, we really want to know what you think about this topic. Okay. Okay. A lot that was going on, a lot that was said, honey bunny, and there's something in your little heart that you want to share. So put it below. Okay. Until next time, y'all.
Talking.